what is setup? Setup is something that you do in order to get what you want. So I would like to distinguish between a setup conception and this kind of analytics that you do in order to do things perfectly. So, um, some time ago, I came across a book of Dan Bilzerian where he revealed the book is called Setup, where he revealed kind of his his way in his life, yeah, and those things that help him to achieve those amazing results that he had in like dating, in like success with women and success in life. So, and he kind of came up with this concept of setup. So setup means that you kind of realize what it takes to get what you want, and you go like, through this way. So it's kind of going in another direction, and it's not like thinking about how you're going to do something perfectly. Yeah. So let's say you want to get females, let's say, yeah, you want to get more attention from females. So setup conception is like understanding, realizing what it really takes to be what you really have to do to be appealing to women. So let's say that's appearance. So, and you kind of realize what exactly do you need to do in order to have this appealing appearance for women. Let's say you have to look more masculine. Yeah. So you have to like spend time and everything like on growing beard. Yeah. We know that there are like some means how we're going to make our beard grow. So yeah, they actually exist. Those means, those, I don't know, pharmaceuticals or something. For me, I kind of um put this cream or something on my face in order to make my beard grow. So for example, I realized, yeah, that I'm nothing, yeah, on a dating marketplace or something, yeah, that women do not find me appealing. So what I really have to do is I have to figure out what they need. And I found that I do not look masculine. I just found how women react on men who look masculine, who have this like beard, who are big, who have like these big muscles, who have this lower voice or something. And I just realized, oh my God, I have really spent years on like wrong things. I spent years on these kind of, signs of how to be like, how to understand women or something. And it turned out it was a complete bullshit. It just doesn't work. So, like, if your appearance is not appealing to women, it doesn't really matter how you communicate with them. Yeah, you are not appealing to women. So, and yeah, neither was I. Yeah, you just are going to spend a lot of time. You're going to invest a lot of like time, nerves, money, and everything in that. And you're not going to understand like why she left you. Yeah, because probably you didn't invest your time, energy, nerves in what you really should have. So, let's say setup with women is like this masculine appearance, yeah, and you kind of, mm, your next step is you kind of, you need to figure out what exactly masculine appearance is that is going to be appealing for women. Yeah, that is one thing. Like, let's say beard, and you have to figure out how you're going to like, come to this beard. Yeah, what exactly do you have to do like, on your daily basis? So for me, it's like twice a day I try to like put this thing, yeah, on my face, yeah, and let's see what happens. So another thing, let's say muscles, yeah, so you have to grow muscles. So do the same like daily routine. Like I figure out like I don't really want to go to the gym at the moment. Like I'm more about doing some home exercises, lifting dumbbells, doing some like bench press or something. I've got like this bar, yeah, and different things and dumbbells, like self-regulated dumbbells where you can kind of adjust weight. So I figure out that's the way how, which is more kind of appropriate for me to do that. So yeah, and you do this daily routine too. Yeah, you kind of figure out that how what is the best way to kind of achieve that. So I figure out that you shouldn't like work out every day, yeah, because your body doesn't have enough time to kind of recover. So, for example, for me, I realized it's like three, four, like times a week. That's it. So then you do kind of this eating regime, yeah, as much as you can. Yeah, I'm not trying to be perfect. Yeah. So the point is being I do not try to go to the internet and do this like big research, that I used to do. And that was a very big mistake. Yeah. That was kind of, I was wasting my neuro resource, I would say. Yeah. I have this concept of neuro resource, which is like, I mean, all the time that you have, your thinking resource, your kind of time resource and everything is limited. Yeah. And if you spend your, like, let's say, neuro resource on like figuring out how to kind of chat with girls in the right way, that is the time that you could spend on another thing, but you have not. You could spend that time on like building a masculine appearance. And it turned out that thing really matters. Because if you do not have masculine appearance, doesn't really matter how you communicate, you are still not going to achieve what you want on the dating market. As like it that I'm like sharing my experience with you. Yeah, probably it's not yours experience is different. Yeah, a lot of men used to tell me it doesn't really matter so much. Like and they even say like money doesn't matter. Like I don't know, communication matters for them. Okay, communication doesn't matter. Like in my case, yeah, women don't give a shit about me how I communicate. So yeah, the same thing, like the eating regime. Yeah, I'm not going to Google. I'm not researching like how eat perfectly. I don't give a shit at the moment. Right now, I'm just trying to do what I can at the moment. Yeah. Let's say I'm trying to um get away from like things that are definitely unhealthy. Like yeah, like these trans fats or something that we have in fast food. Yeah. Those too much sugar, yeah, that we have in processed food or something. So I try to get away from that. Yeah. I'm trying to kind of focus more on a healthy diet. Yeah. And then, yeah. So I have to like adjust to that for some time. I have to get used to that for some time. And after that, yeah, probably my next step is like I'm going to count calories. But like the point being is that you have the setup, you know what you need to do, and like step by step, you go to that. You're not trying to like analyze things perfectly. Like that was my mistake. Yeah, I used to do that. I was thinking, oh, I have to like go through the whole course of the videos, like of this, let's say, influencer, like fitness influencer, about how to do exercises perfectly, and like, like go through his whole series of like this biochemistry or something. Oh, I don't really need to spend my time on that shit because like my neural resource is really limited. I can only spend it right now. Yeah, if I'm going through his course, I'm going to spend all of the time on that. It's just like I'm just really sharing my experience. It's just how it works with me. So the same thing with whatever, the same thing with business. I was wasting so much time on that. I was thinking like, what business is better for me? Oh, I have to go through this course because these people say you have to go through the course before you start a business. Oh no, they just want to make money off me. Like, no, I don't really need to have some like, tutors or like teachers, like business coaches or something. No, I can go and just start my business right now, doing like simple things right now and figure out right now for me what works better for me right now. So that is how it works. You go buy something, try to sell it, fail at that, figure out what was wrong, like do another one, do another kind of cycle. So that's how it works. Or figure out, oh, I'm just not interested. Yeah. So yeah, the same thing for me with this YouTube right now. Yeah. I'm just trying to do, yeah, I've tried some videos to do. Yeah. And coming back to this setup in dating, I was really amazed how much this masculine looking man get in dating. I was really amazed when I saw like this like beard, let's say beard man going like down the street, and girls looking at them and wanting to like get to know them. That was like amazing for me. I couldn't even imagine that a woman wants to like get to know me herself. That is something like, wow, that's like happening on another planet, completely incomprehensible for me. When I looked how these men easily get these women, they don't really have to, talk right, say right things. I have gone through all of that shit. I have read books about pickup, about how to like, talk with a woman in the right way so that you look appealing for her. That is complete bullshit. Like, look marks and works. Women are going to like the first thing is appearance. They look at you and they say, oh, he's not masculine. And you know what? I figure out that when you go to the dating website and some woman says like, I want to find some serious relationship, you know what? At this moment, while she's sitting at the dating marketplace, she already has her boyfriend, not boyfriend, I don't know, like your friend with benefit who fucks her. He has been fucking her, I don't know for how much, for a month, for half a year, for a year. The thing is, when you see a woman on a dating site and and it says in her profile that she wants serious relationship, you think, oh, she wants serious relationship. You don't have this idea in your head that she's fucking at the moment, because it seems to you like, if you want to have serious relationship, why are you fucking at the moment? You should like, come to this dating marketplace, find a man. It seems that if you go there, you don't have anybody, but it doesn't work like that. Women have friends with web benefits who really look masculine. They fuck them, and they're not going to, provide for them. They're not going to like these masculine men. They're just like enjoying their life. They're fucking different women, yeah, because women find them appealing. So what's the point for these men who get everything so easily go and kind of do something for these women? They don't really have to. They're enjoying their life. They're fucking different women, and women feel okay. They feel absolutely okay about that. I just know what I'm talking about. Women told me that. So, and they just go to this dating marketplace, and they just want to find some guy who is going to provide for them. And the thing is, whether do you really want to get in that position? Do you really want to get into the position where like you're going to be regarded by a woman who's like a provider, not like somebody who looks really appealing to her, and you always have to do something for her, and it's always like conditionally, like her love to you is going to be conditionally. Every time when she wants you, she can just go and fuck some like, masculine looking guy who is not going to do anything. Do you really want to get into that position? Me not. So I want to be on the first guy's position, yeah, who gets what he wants and doesn't really have to do anything with women. Like, I mean, especially for them. No, he only does things for him. He's investing his time in his appearance, in looking masculine. So that is what is set up. So you kind of figure out what women want. You set that as goals and you go there. There are other things there, like there is money there. Like money is another concept. Of course, you're going to look much more appealing to women if they understand you have money. The thing is that you don't really have to spend this money on them. No, you can just play. You can just show money. It doesn't mean you are going to spend that on them. But like you are going just to look more appealing to them when they realize, okay, he's successful, he has money. So that is another like thing which is like in this setup concept. So you just figure out like that, okay, you need to earn money, yeah, and you figure out like how much you want, let's say, yeah, something that is, you understand, okay, this thing is going to be really cool for me. So some real some real milestone for you, yeah, that is going to be like new level for you, yeah. And then you kind of figure out, okay, how you're going to do that. And you do not do like this big research. You just like, I don't know, go to AI, like talk, say like, okay, I have these strong qualities. Like, what do you think can can be appropriate for me? So it says something. You go try that. You go and try that. So go try that and look at your emotions. Whether you have like that, whether you that is completely not your thing, you just have a look and try. Have a look and try. So, and I would say that the most important thing here is consistency. Consistency or consistency, I don't remember. I don't know. Let's say consistency. Consistency. I don't remember. So consistency rules, not your talents, not your reflection capabilities, not your intelligence. Consistent works. Consistent rules. So if you're going to do every day something in your business, you're going to win those people who are just like, going through some course and want to make things perfectly. No, you're going to be better than them because they don't really do anything. They're just thinking and they're just watching course to do things perfectly. They're, those people who get those, I don't know, A grades, yeah? Yeah, they have A grades. They're going to like tell you everything in a perfect way, why you shouldn't start this business, what problems you are going to come across there. Okay, I can listen to that, but I don't really give a shit because I get the result in my business. Yeah, like what you say, yeah, it may like come true, but I don't really give a shit. If I at the first place, if I'm concentrated on like these negative things, I'm never gonna start a business. Never. Like if Jeff Bezos thought about like how many problems it would take, like he would see like on his way of like establishing this IT giant Amazon marketplace. I'm not sure he would start that. He didn't give a shit. So he just thought it was the right thing for him to do. Yeah. Success starts from this, I would say, uh what is this word? Self-confidence. You have to be much more confident in yourself than you would be if you really did all of this fucking research. No, you shouldn't spend your new resource on this research. Just take a look at how many people are successful now. Take a look. How many people are rich? Like, wow. Do you think all of them are smart? Really? Take a look at all of these people who have become successful doing like these stupid TikTok videos. Why are they successful? Because they're smart, because they have done research. Really, they don't even know this word research. They just like did something with which they thought was right, which they thought would be interesting for them. They did that. They got some feedback, and they didn't give a shit when this feedback was negative. They just thought that was the right thing for them to do. If they realize like funny videos is what they want to do on a daily basis, they don't really give a shit about negative feedback. They're consistent. They do and do and do it again. So that is the answer: consistency. Value for time, value for thinking, and value for hour. So, in investments, there is a concept of value for money, which means that, or like in business, yeah, which means that if I invest, let's say, $100,000 in this business, what kind of return on my investments I'm going to get from that? Yeah, I don't know, like 10% annually, 20% annually, 100% annually, or something. So, and I kind of came up with this concept of value for time. So, which means that imagine you have 3 hour to do whatever you want right now. What are you going to do, and what value for hour you're going to take? You're going to get from that. So, for example, right now I work as a tutor of English. Yeah, But I don't really like that. I mean, I want to do another thing. I don't want to teach people English. It's like something that I do, but I don't really want to kind of be better at that. I don't want to become a better tutor of English. That's not my thing. So I can go and kind of figure out how to get like more students next hour. Go and register on some like other tutoring platforms. Yeah, try to mm, collect traffic, collect students from other, like, I don't know, websites. Go and do, I don't know, my tutoring platform or something. I'm going to get some value from that. I'm going to get students. I'm going to get money, but that is value X, let's say. But what happens if, like, next hour I'm going to spend on other things? What happens if next hour I'm going to spend on things that really matter for me? For example, what really matters for me now at the moment is how I'm becoming more successful. Not yeah, successful like generally, but first of all, stronger, stronger mentally, stronger physically, looking more masculine. That is my top priority at the moment. So I'd better spend this hour making sure I'm becoming stronger, making sure I did my workout, making sure I did my kind of thing for my beard. That is going, like, in the long term, give me more value. Okay, kind of easy example is like, okay, you have a girlfriend who, or you used to have one and she left you. Yeah, you can spend next hour like feeling really bad about that she left you, how bad you are, what you could have done better. You can spend this hour in another way, thinking about how you're going to make this kind of setup, which is going to make it really appealing for women. And this one is much more kind of, I guess, gives you more value for money, value for not money, value for your time. So why should I really spend my time, spend my nerves, spend my money on one woman who really left me, if I can spend that of my setup on my setup and making sure I'm becoming better as a man? It's just like how setup works. If I'm getting more and more masculine, if I'm looking more and more stronger, I'm going to become more and more appealing to women. That's how it works. And I'm going to put myself into a position where I'm going to choose what woman I would spend time with, not them. And if they leave me, I don't really give a shit. I know that I will easily find another woman because of my setup, because if I really invest a lot of time in making sure I look stronger than other women, than other men, sorry. So women are always going to choose the one who they think is better. They think is better is somebody who looks more masculine, stronger. That is the thing that works in the first place. So I'd better invest time in like growing this beard, having these muscles, making sure my money thing is okay, making sure that I don't know, like my voice. I'm working on my voice. Yeah, I try to kind of lower my voice. Yeah, not to have this feminine voice. So in the long term, this value for time is going to be bigger than value for time when you're just complaining about things, when you're reflecting on things like, oh, I should have been a better guy or something. Like, doesn't really help you. So another thing that I want to talk about is that doing things bad is much better, is like incomparatively better than not doing things perfectly and thinking about them perfectly. That is like, I don't know how to what to compare with. It's like perfectly knowing everything about a woman and just looking at her like at in front of, like, at the screen of the monitor and like fucking her, but really bad. These are like these things. So doing is much better than not doing, but thinking about that in a perfect way. Why? Like, because like that's how our like biochemistry works. Yeah, we have to kind of get this dopamine. So if we just think about things and we don't do really, our motivation is going to go down. For me, for example, I have to get some kind of results, quick results from the activity that I do. If I do not, I really lose interest. like you do when you do things, doesn't really matter how, but you just do them. You get this great feeling of the fact that you're going somewhere. Yeah, you know, you're moving forward. Don't just think about things. Yeah, and do this research, like your life is just like passing. It's just going past you. You're not living life. You're just researching. You're just thinking. You're not living life. So my recommendation is live your life. Live your life how you can at the moment. Go and do things. Go and do things. Go and try. Rather than just think. Like thinking doesn't do anything. Believe me, I have gone this way. I have spent so much time. I wasted my life thinking. So, and the last thing is that setup can give you whatever. Setup gives you everything you couldn't even imagine about. You couldn't even think about. Thinking about this, my dating problems and everything, I put myself into a position that, yeah, I thought that, yeah, like the girl that, yeah, left me, I would never like find anybody even close to her, something. Like now I'm just laughing about it. I'm just laughing about that because I realized that, um, if I do, and not if, but when I do this setup, when I do this setup, which looks absolutely appealing for women, I'm just going to get them. I'm just not going to get them because, yeah, this market is really very like radical. Yeah, women very quickly put you in a position. Yeah, they put you in a, they look at you. They say, okay, he looks masculine. Okay, I'm gonna fuck him. She looks at him like, okay, he doesn't look masculine. Okay, I'm gonna talk to him, give him some kind of promise, like I'm gonna fuck him, but I'm not. You know, so that kind of he provides me for me. He provides for me, and he spends his money, spends his nerve, energy on me, so that I get this attention. But I'm gonna fuck another guy who looks masculine. So that is kind of, that is life. That is life. Yeah, and I just believe it's set up. You know, I read this Dan Bilzerian book like probably 2 years ago, but I didn't. I was amazed by like what he got about his lifestyle, but I didn't get to this point. I still was thinking and thinking and thinking. I still thought thinking was the key. Now, thinking is not the key. Doing is key. Doing is key. Just thinking in a way that, like, only like practical thinking, not like reflexing too much, not like researching, but like practical thinking. Okay, I want women. What do I have to have women? Okay, how do I get that? What exactly should I do every day to come to that, to come closer to that? Right now I'm that position, so I'm trying to kind of have my daily routine in order to kind of look stronger, look better, be kind of rich or something. Try to do everything what I can every day on my way to that. So thank you for your attention. Have a good day.